Amid the boundless desert, where the sand sings beneath the whisper of the wind, stand structures that have survived millennia, the pyramids. Silent giants that defy time and logic. Who built this land of gods? How did people living thousands of years ago construct such perfect monuments that even modern science cannot fully explain their secrets?
Ancient Egypt is not just a page of history. It is a legend come alive, a civilization that appeared suddenly, without a visible period of development, yet immediately mastered mathematics, medicine, astronomy, and architecture. According to archaeologists, it all began over 5,000 years ago. But what if part of the story is only the tip of the iceberg?
Many ancient texts hint pharaohs were not merely human. They were believed to be descendants of gods who descended from the heavens to teach humanity wisdom. Even today, looking at the stars over Giza, scientists notice a strange alignment. The three main pyramids perfectly match the three stars of Orion's belt. Is it coincidence? Or perhaps a message left for us from distant times?
Thousands of years ago, this land was a kingdom where gods walked alongside humans. And here, in the heart of Egypt, begins a story that still captivates the imagination of anyone who gazes upon the pyramids and asks themselves, who truly built these wonders?
No other river on earth has shaped the destiny of a people like the Nile shaped Egypt. It was called the gift of the gods, the veins of the land, and even the pathway between worlds. Without the Nile, Egypt would not exist. Its waters brought life, but also concealed a power the ancients believed to be sacred.
Each year, the river flooded, covering the land with fertile silt, a miracle the people could not explain, attributing it to the will of the gods. They believed the spirit of the Nile was Hapi, the deity of fertility and renewal. But the Nile was more than a river. In myth, it connected the world of the living and the world of the dead. It was said that the souls of pharaohs traveled its waters toward the starry afterlife, where Ra was reborn each dawn.
Archaeologists still uncover ancient docks, tombs, and offerings made to honor the Nile. On some temple walls, strange symbols appear, waves flowing from the heart of a pyramid. Could they hint at a hidden link between the river's energy and the mysterious monuments of Giza?
The Nile was not merely water. It was the rhythm of life, the blood of civilization, and the key to its ancient magic. And as long as the river flows, the memory of the gods who once walked its banks will never fade.
Rising from the sands like eternal sentinels, the pyramids of Egypt are more than tombs. They are riddles carved in stone. For over 4,000 years, they have defied time, weather, and reason itself. Scientists, engineers, and mystics alike still ask the same question: how and why were they built? The Great Pyramid of Giza, the most perfect of them all, was constructed with such precision that modern engineers still struggle to replicate it. Its base is aligned to true north within a fraction of a degree, and each side stretches over 230 meters with millions of limestone blocks, each weighing several tons. Some claim that not even today's technology could achieve such perfection. Could it be that the builders possessed knowledge far beyond their era? Archaeologists insist it was the result of human genius, tens of thousands of workers, years of planning, and a mastery of mathematics. Yet, there are clues that hint at something deeper. Ancient texts speak of vibrations of power, sacred geometry, and songs of creation that helped lift the stones. Were these metaphors or fragments of lost technology? Some researchers suggest that the Great Pyramid was not merely a tomb, but a massive energy device, a structure designed to resonate with the Earth itself. Inside its narrow shafts, electromagnetic fields have been detected forming patterns that align with the planet's natural frequencies. Could the ancients have known how to tap into the Earth's energy, turning stone into a conduit between worlds? Others see a celestial purpose. The layout of the 3 pyramids of Giza mirrors the stars of Orion's belt, as if the builders sought to bridge heaven and earth. In the night sky, those same stars shimmer directly above the ancient stones as they did thousands of years ago. Coincidence? Or a message across time? And then there is the mystery of what lies beneath. Ground-penetrating radar has revealed vast caverns under the Giza Plateau, tunnels, chambers, and possibly sealed vaults. Egyptian authorities remain silent about what has been found there. Some believe it's the mythical Hall of Records, a library of forgotten knowledge left behind by beings the ancients called the Shining Ones. Whether these pyramids were tombs, temples, or technology, one thing is certain: they were built not only for the dead, but for eternity itself. As the desert winds whisper through the corridors of stone, they carry a message that the ancient world may not be as silent as we think.
In the heart of ancient Egypt, power was not merely political, it was celestial. Pharaohs ruled not as men, but as living gods, vessels of a divine force that connected heaven and earth. Every crown, every symbol, every ritual was crafted to channel the energy of the cosmos itself. From birth, a pharaoh was seen as the child of the sun, the living Horus, destined to ascend the sky after death and merge with the stars. The temples of Karnak and Luxor were not random constructions, but vast cosmic instruments, their axes aligned with the rising of specific stars, marking moments when divine power could be received. Modern astronomers have confirmed what ancient priests already knew. Egypt's monuments were part of the grand celestial map. During the reign of the great kings, the night sky above the Nile was a calendar of the gods. When Sirius, the brightest star, first appeared at dawn, the Nile began to flood, signaling renewal and life. The heavens spoke, and Egypt listened. But what if this connection was more than symbolic? Some researchers suggest that the ancient Egyptians understood stellar energy, frequencies of light and resonance that could influence both matter and mind. Hieroglyphs from Abydos and Dendera describe rays of power and celestial boats that brought energy from the stars to Earth. Could these be poetic metaphors or descriptions of something real, now forgotten? The pharaoh's crown, with its cobra and vulture, represented the union of two worlds, the physical and the spiritual. Some esoteric traditions claim that the uraeus, the serpent on the forehead, was more than decoration. It symbolized an awakened energy rising from within, a force that connected the king's consciousness with the gods. Perhaps the pharaoh was not just a ruler, but a human antenna tuned to the frequency of the universe. As night falls over the desert, the same stars still shine: Orion, Sirius, the unchanging North Star. They watch the pharaohs rise and fall, just as they watch us now. And maybe, in that eternal light, a fragment of their ancient knowledge still waits for someone ready to remember. In the tombs of Egypt, archaeologists uncovered papyri written with divine precision, mysterious symbols known as the Book of the Dead. Far from being a mere collection of prayers, these texts were detailed manuals guiding the soul through the perilous realms beyond death. Each spell, each line was a code, a map for the spirit to navigate the underworld and face judgment before the gods. But what if these spells were not only spiritual, but technological?
The ancient Egyptians believed the soul had to pass through 12 gates of night, each guarded by beings of immense power. The texts describe the use of words of command, vibrations so precise that they opened portals between dimensions. Modern researchers discovered that some phrases, when pronounced correctly, align perfectly with harmonic frequencies found in nature, frequencies capable of resonating with matter itself. Could it be that the Egyptians possessed a science of sound long forgotten? At the end of the journey, the soul stood before Osiris, the god of resurrection, for the weighing of the heart. The ritual demanded purity of spirit, but the descriptions also contain curious details. Measurements, alignments, symbols identical to those carved inside the Great Pyramid. Perhaps the Book of the Dead was more than a funerary text. Perhaps it was a user manual for the soul, a guide for transferring consciousness beyond the physical realm. Deep within the Valley of the Kings, archaeologists have opened tombs untouched for thousands of years. Inside, bodies preserved with such precision that even eyelashes remain intact. What knowledge allowed the ancient Egyptians to halt the decay of time itself? The process of mummification was not mere ritual, it was science wrapped in mysticism. Every incision, every resin, every prayer served a dual purpose: to protect the flesh and to preserve the vessel of consciousness.
Analysis of the embalming substances revealed compounds unknown in the natural environment of Egypt, resins imported from distant lands, mixed with salts, oils, and minerals in exact ratios. The result was a chemical harmony that modern laboratories struggle to replicate. But what if the goal was not only preservation? Some papyri hint that the ritual aimed to maintain a spiritual frequency, to keep the body in resonance with the soul, ensuring the deceased could awaken when the gods returned.
Under ultraviolet light, traces of unknown crystalline substances were discovered within certain mummies, materials capable of reflecting energy at specific wavelengths. Were these mere coincidences? Or did the priests of Egypt understand energy at a level we cannot yet grasp? Perhaps in the language of the gods, immortality was not granted, it was engineered. From the pyramids that touched the stars to the silent tombs beneath the sands, every stone of Egypt whispers the same truth: that humanity once walked beside something greater. Science seeks facts, faith seeks meaning, but Egypt stands at the point where both converge. The symbols, the architecture, the rituals, they were not fragments of superstition, but pieces of an ancient equation, a language that spoke of energy, consciousness, and eternity. Perhaps the Egyptians did not worship their gods. Perhaps they remembered them. Their temples aligned with the heavens, their rituals mirrored celestial mechanics, and their art encoded laws of vibration and resonance. To them, death was not an end, but a transition, a return to the cosmic source from which all life flows. And maybe, in their quest to conquer death, they were trying to remind us of something we've forgotten: that the divine spark never truly dies. As the desert wind sweeps across the timeless plateau of Giza, one cannot help but wonder, were the ancient Egyptians the first scientists or the last inheritors of a forgotten wisdom? The answer lies not in the sand, but in ourselves. For every pyramid, every hieroglyph, every echo of the past points to a single truth. The gods were never gone. They live within us, waiting to be remembered. If you've journeyed with us through history and legend, don't forget to leave a like, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more stories that bridge science and the unknown. Until next time, we'll meet again beyond the horizon of mystery.